Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader Trading Room for Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, that's our only session today, so do away with disclosure. Crude oil this morning, a little bit of a tough time. Long trade was too early. The start time was close of this bar, and we'd already hit money management. No trade there. First trade is this trade off the 20 SMA. That trade reverses, ends up stopping and reversing at 69 from 91. So that's a loss of 24 tick risk, 48 tick loss with two positions. And we go short from 67. That too hits a stop and reverse at 88. That's strictly by the trade plan. That's a second loss exit for another 42 ticks. And down 90. If we take the third trade, we just hit target 2. So target 1 for 14, target 2 for 24, 38 ticks. So that would get us back down to 52. Would be our loss on the session. So strictly following the trade plan, it's a loss of 90. If you take the third trade, it's a loss of 52. Unleaded had something similar. We had one stop and reverse. Initial trade 907, 907.44 set up. Obviously, lots of time to get in there. So we go, sorry, not 07, 09. 98.09. We go to 98.31 for the stop and reverse to the long side. That's a risk on the stop and reverse of 22 ticks, loss of 44. Target 1 traders pick up 32, and we're actually still trailing on this trade. Market is just about to open. We have a get in sync long. And the market did just open and we got long. No, I'm sorry. We have a get in sync short. So he goes to the stop, so no trades there. Soybeans is flat. Pound Aussie got long. And the Micro Russell got long as well. And there's money management. And target 3 on the Micro Russell. And we get target 3. We get target 4 right on the nose, and we stop out for a small trailer at 35.3. Win on trade number 1. So unleaded is done. That did just stop out. Target 1 and target 2 traders getting positive there. So now let's see if we can find the micro in queue. No, we're flat there. Our start time is 4 minutes after market open. That would be 8:30 Central Time. All of our market indices are traded out of Chicago. Okay, the YM picks up a short, goes to money management, and gets a break-even stop. So we pick up 1 tick times 2 positions. There's a short. Yeah, then time to, it's a get in sync at this point. 5:14. And now a long. Take that at 31. That triggers in, so YM goes long. That's just most likely not able to get into the short. That was a little too fast, fortunately. Target 1 is only 16 ticks, so we'll go to target 2, which is at the session high, 44,556. That's going to be a new all-time high. The Dow closed yesterday at 44,000 for the over 44,000 for the first time ever. Market reacting fairly strongly this week to the election, or over the last week to the election. Okay, short on the YM, full stop out on the long trade. Soybeans with a long setup, 1021 flat, and now a potential short setup. Long did not trigger. All right, we are in our micro NQ session. Nothing on the full stop out, reversing the short on the pound Aussie. Short setup was at the full stop out. YM with with a break even. Soybeans long has canceled. Short is not yet valid. And looks to me like it's going to it may very well get filtered out. Looks like it should be a squeeze zone. All right, cyan is just crossing over the yellow line now. So there is our trade setting up just below the 50. So that actually makes it valid. But unfortunately, that goes to target one on a it's like it closed a tick below and then bounced on lower, so no trade there. Unfortunately, that's a winner already. No longer get in sync because it did has hit targets. Micro Russell with a long trade. S&P and the Dow both hitting record high, closing at record high closes yesterday. The S&P closing over 6,000 and the Dow closing over 44,000. Money management on the Micro Russell. And a short trade on the Micro NQ. Exactly the same entry as the long that was early. Money management on the Micro Russell. You can see if that came down to, and that does get down to money management, so that's a break even. Its money management pulls back to the stop. We do move the stop to break even intra bar. Calculator won't move it until the close of this bar. And there it is. And it should be a possible short coming on the Micro Russell. And there's your short. And time to get in. There's a pullback. A second chance at the entry. So definitely should be in this short trade on the Micro Russell. Short Micro Russell, short Micro NQ. Short on the pound Aussie. Flat on soybeans, flat on the YM. Get a break even. YM has a break even. Stop and reverse. Well, no, the stop. We didn't stop and reverse because that was a no trade. Full stop out on the long, and another break even on the short side. And there's a new long trade on the Micro Russell. Short was a full stop out. For 14 ticks is up one above target, so we get 47 flat. Losing session on crude for the 9 a.m. session. Power quitting, positive session on unleaded. And we have money management on the Russell, so one win, one break even, and at least second break even. Third trade will be at least a second break even. Micro NQ still short, testing its 200 EMA. Exponential moving average. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. We actually took a full loss on that trade. So that is a win, a break even, and a full loss on the Micro Russell. Micro Russell up in the upper left corner. Pound Aussie in the short. Micro NQ in the short. YM and soybeans are flat. Taking heat on the Micro NQ trade. And a full stop out on the Micro NQ. Soybeans tested the session low. Was rejected a tick above. I am pushing down through the 200 EMA. And a long trade on the micro NQ. And you can see how fast that came through, but I'm going to assume we can get into that. Short trade on the micro Russell. Got a little bit of a wick, so target 1 is a good money management level on the micro Russell right here. And we pull back to the entry again, so definitely in the trade. Looks like micro NQ diverging from the micro Russell and the YM again this morning. Doesn't seem to be terribly unusual. Money management on micro Russell. 45.6 for the stop. Micro NQ also back to its entry level. Definitely in that trade. Micro Russell through target 2, but didn't quite get to target 3, which is our first actionable target on that trade plan. Long, nope, we got a down bar. Let's say a long, possibly incoming on the YM. Still possible with an up closed bar. We have oversold reading and exhaustion dots. So an up close above the balance line will give us a trade. Would be kind of an interesting setup because it's going right into all 3 moving averages. And another down bar on the YM. And the Micro Russell gets target 3, so that is a win. 2 wins. Now, yep, we hit target 4 on the nose as well. And trailing now. 44.6 for the trailing stop. Money management on the Micro NQ as well. 229.5 for the trailing stop. And a short trade on the YM. 426. That has not triggered in yet. Good size trade. 33 ticks to target 1. Micro NQ trailing stop at 42.6, now down to 42.1. Yeah, 42.2. And a break even. We're trade number 2. Loss and a break even. Now a short trade on the Micro NQ. Setup has not triggered. Micro NQ looking decidedly noisy today. Micro Russell stopped down to 41.7. Micro NQ hits the stop, but it will take a crossover to cancel on the short trade, so we need a crossover to green on the cat lines. And 10 a.m. crude mini session. Long trade. Crude in the 10 a.m. mini session. YM in the short. And a short setup on soybeans. And short setup on the soybeans cancels. Well, actually, it doesn't cancel quite yet. Yeah, it cancels because it stopped at hitting, closed at the stop. So we now are in the long trade. First trade of the morning on soybeans. After two trades that didn't, one was a no trade, one just didn't trigger. The long definitely triggered in. And triggering into the short on the micro NQ. It did come down, so we'll have to track this one manually. I didn't see what the order of things was on the micro Russell. The short trade now on the micro Russell is absolutely a valid trade there. Need to come down a tick. The money management, 37.8, looks like. Crude trade taking heat. Money management on the micro NQ trade. This is a valid long trade, so we have a loss, a break even, and so far this is at least a break even. Loss on the micro Russell. Micro Russell short takes a full loss. That's a second loss, 2 losses, 2 wins, and a break even. And this long I'm going to treat as a no trade. YM gets a winner. 33 ticks. We're trailing on that one. $4.16. Pound Aussie still in the short. And micro NQ is a win. We'll look for target 3 now. One loss, 1 break even, 1 win. Need to get to target 3 to get positive on the session. YM to 412 for the stop. One trade remaining on the micro Russell. YM down to 401 on the trailer. Pound Aussie still at its entry. Set new session low at 537.2. All three market indices pushing downward now. We're also in the midst of earnings season. And that stops out the micro Russell. Target 3 and 4 win. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's never mind. That was a loss. I haven't gotten another trade since then. Target 2 or target 3 on the micro NQ. So that will get us slightly positive. We need to go a little bit further to start trailing this. Crude trade still in no man's land. Soybeans just below its entry. And the YM stops out at, looks like 380 something. $381. So we get 428 to 381, 1928, 47, and 33 is 80 ticks. On that, that should get us positive. So the YM would be power quitting. All right, we would be trailing. We would have stopped out at 98.5. Short trade on the micro NQ or micro Russell. So we are positive through 3 trades, and we have a long now on the micro NQ. I might adjust that around the 50 a little bit. In it either way. Money management again, 208.5. Soybeans taking heat. Pound Aussie making some progress. Larger than usual short on the micro Russell. This will definitely be a target 2 and 3 situation. Target 1 is still money management. Micro NQ is long. Micro Russell is short, coming back down again to the entry. Pound Aussie making some progress. Set a new session low. Soybeans in no man's land. And crude in no man's land. Final trade on Micro Russell. Trade number 6, money management. And it's trailing. $38.3 for the trailing stop. All right, Micro NQ stops out at break even and now has a short trade. Did trigger in. Looked like to me that had enough time, and that's a full loss. So trade number 5 is a full loss. We have one more trade there. Crude trade stopped out. Full stop out on trade number 1. Crude having a tough time this morning. Losing session at 9 a.m. The full stop out on our first trade for 10 a.m. And we may get another long trade on crude. If we can push up through the 50 EMA. Possible long trade at 80. Yeah, still at 86. And the Micro Russell trade stopped out for partial win. At 38.2. That ends the session and should be positive. Micro NQ is going to be about 30 points negative right now. Possible long trade at 86 on crude. And that yellow line. Pound Aussie fighting its way down. Kind of back and forth action. Possibly could have avoided the short with an adjustment around the 200 EMA. Close enough that that's definitely viable. Things have slowed down a bit now. Pound Aussie still trying to work its way down. Soybeans is long. Micro NQ is done. That failed short trade was trade number 6, I believe. That was a valid trade. Went target 2 and positive. That was win number 1. And loss, break even. Win number 2. Actually, I forgot about No, that was too little. Well, let's see. Yeah, that would have been valid trade at our start time. Looks like it hit the stop and then went forwards. So that's win, loss, break even, win, break even, 4. Okay, yeah, that loss was trade 5. So we can take one more trade. Micro Russell is done. Should definitely be positive there. And they short on crude. That does trigger in. Sizable trade. All right, soybeans with a stop and reverse at the full stop out on the long trade. 10, 12 and a half. And looks like we did make we missed target 1 by 2 ticks. The low of the session is 528.2 and our target is 528. We do have money management and therefore the stop will come to 543. And we reversed to short on soybeans. Actually, that probably would have been a good place to just around the session low. Session low at 12 and a quarter. 12 flat may be a better place for that. 12 flat, 11.75. Actually, that's a good sized trade, so if you do that, you're still in the long. But you're risking another 8 ticks. Actually, 12 ticks, because it's a 3-tick adjustment. But you've touched or been right at that session low three different times. But you've also got a head and shoulders pattern there. So if it breaks at 12 and a quarter, very good chance it goes down further. We got a shoulder over here, a head, and a shoulder over here. And there it goes to 12 flat. The 3-tick adjustment still keeps you in the original trade. Crude taking the stop out on the long, now in a short. And a long trade for our final trade on the micro NQ. Now definitely in the short trade on soybeans. And a full loss on that final trade. So micro NQ ends up being a losing session. Soybeans, target 1. So we get nine ticks out of that after the adjustment. And we're down 18 points on soybeans on that adjusted loss. Trailer would come down to 11.5. The break even stop. And target 1 on the pound Aussie. So we're 90 pips down on the loss. We just picked up 16 pips on target 1. So we're still down 74. Crude in the short. So we're down 18 point loss on soybeans. We picked up 9 ticks, or 2.25 points. And we pick up another 3/4 of a point as it stops out at break even. So we pick up 3 points of our 18. We're still down. We made back our adjustment. Oh well. So crude and pound Aussie is all we have. No, let's see. We can still take trades on soybeans. Not much going on. Crude trying to work its way down. Pull back to test the 20 simple moving average. Heading down again, trying to break through the swing low that it had previously set. Touching the 48 swing low again. Pound Aussie continuing to push downward. Crude going through target 1. Almost down to target 2. And pushing through target 2, so that takes care of that one. $19 and $30, 49 ticks. Our loss was 40 ticks, so we are 9 ticks positive on the session. And that is a wrap on crude. Looking for target 2 on Pound Aussie. Our stop is starting to trail, move down a tick, or a pip. $5.42. Soybeans, target 1, and yeah, that's right. Soybeans is flat, can take another trade. Still working on Pound Aussie, but I am going to call it a morning here. Crude getting its 10 a.m. session to positive, and the remaining 2 charts are fairly slow moving. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a morning. Regular session tomorrow. Crude oil inventory session is Thursday at 11 rather than tomorrow at 10:30. Thursday at 11 this week. So we'll see everybody for a regular 9:30 session tomorrow, and that will be our only session tomorrow. Everybody have a good one.